We're back now at 8:45 with today's Money 911. Each week we have our panel of financial experts to answer your questions when it comes to money matters. Now, today financial editor Jean Chatzky has put a lot of her advice in the new book, Money 911. Your most pressing money questions answered, your money emergencies solved. Jean, good morning. Happy New Year. Welcome back.
To you too. Thanks.
This is a great idea. The book is a little bit like a reference guide. You don't have to read it cover to cover. You can kind of go in there and look for the problems you're dealing with.
That's what I hope people do. I read the whole thing for the audiobook, and nobody should read this cover to cover. But when you
That's the first time an author has come on saying this. There's the headline. No one should read this cover to cover.
The publicist is now going to kill me.
Right.
But here's the deal. It's all indexed. And when you have a money question, when you want to know, how do I fix my credit? What do I do about my insurance? How do I handle my mother's estate? You want the answer now, and you want it from a trusted source.
In a succinct fashion as well.
Fashion with the follow-ups, and it's like what to expect when you're expecting.
And by the way, you deal with things like foreclosure, huge issues, down to how to find coupons, which points out that when it comes to financial stability, no detail is too small.
No detail is too small. The longest book I think I've ever written, and 20 years of advice and information up to date.
Every Wednesday, we put you together and we put you to the test by letting viewers ask you questions about their money emergencies. And we wanted to bring some of those viewers back to kind of see how your advice worked for them or didn't work for them. Rose first asked her question back in August. She'd wanted to know if it was still beneficial to put her money into a 529 plan. Your advice at the time was?
My advice was take a look at the 529 and make sure you're in the right one for you. This was a time at which people had taken a real hit. But I believe for her state, I told her to stay put.
Yeah, she was living in Ohio. Rose is joining us on the phone now from Cleveland. Rose, good morning. Happy New Year.
Good morning, Jean and Matt. Happy New Year to you.
So tell me about Jean's advice. Did it help you in that particular time?
It absolutely did. She gave me a website to look at. It was savingforcollege.com. I did check it out. The fund I was in had a 4.5 out of 5 cap rating, which was good. And I also called my advisor and found out that I was in an age-based account, so that my son, being a senior in high school, would be well served. It was adjusting itself. I didn't have to make any modification to make it more conservative. So it was absolutely spot-on advice. It really helped.
In your case, Jean can keep her job. Would you change the advice now, Jean? Have times changed at all?
No, absolutely not. You want to make sure you're in the right 529 plan for you. And all the references, all the resources and the websites that we talk about in Money 911 are in the book so that people can find them.
All right, so you're a happy customer, Rose?
I am definitely a happy customer, and it was worth the trip to New York, visiting my sister and getting the free advice.
All right,
Excellent.
Good, Rose. Thanks. We're happy about that. Next, we move on to Kathy. Now, Jean, Kathy originally appeared on Money 911 back in March. She had $500,000 in the stock market, and that dropped to $350,000. With retirement just 5 years away, she wanted to know if they should take her money as is and see what happens, or take it out and put it into a CD. You said what?
I said do not take it out and move it to a CD. Make sure that your assets are appropriately allocated for your age, and then ride this out.
Kathy is joining us now via Skype. Kathy, do you love Jean, or do you want to come in here and throttle her?
Oh, no. I love her to pieces.
Oh,
Absolutely
thank you,
love her
Kathy.
to pieces. I'll tell you why. First off, one of the things that you told me was to lay off the panic button at my age, which I was laying on heavily because I thought, oh, wow, I only have a few years left. Another thing you said was also to increase savings, which we did, and most importantly, to stay in the market. And I'll tell you what, if I had gone the CD route, I probably would have made about 1.75% increase. And instead of dropping the 40% in the market, we're now down only about 17%.
So you've rebounded.
Thank you so much.
That's great, Kathy. And I
great.
just want to clarify, Kathy, when you said I only have a few years left, you meant of working, not of living, right? Okay, I just want to make sure there's nothing something we don't know about.
Okay.
All right, Kathy, thanks. Real quickly.
Retirement lasts a really long time, so people need to understand.
Again, good advice in the book, and you can kind of do not read this book cover to cover.
Do not. Just open it and use a little bit at a time.
Jean Chatzky, thanks. You can read an excerpt from Money 911 on our website. Jean's going to be back in our next half hour. But